Hello everybody and welcome back to Student Budgets. So we are back with big cash stuffings. I'm so excited to do this. So we've obviously got a new setup. We've got all my binders here. So I'm going to go through roughly the main binders that you're going to see in the cash stuffings. So I've got 5, 10, 15, 20. I've got 30, 40, 50, and then I've got 70 there. I went basically my local cash point because when I'm filming this on Tuesday because I've been really excited to get this filmed and I haven't obviously been able to get out, and I wanted to make sure I've got something filmed. So I had just got my local cash point and then I've just had to do like a bit of a consolidation. So what we'll do first of all is we're going to, because my priorities are the emergency fund. So we're going to go into this binder here. As you can tell, nothing's been filled in yet for money for my, my budget for this month because I just haven't had the energy to get I'm going to try potentially this afternoon or tomorrow to do it. I'm just going to see. But I am feeling a bit better today. I'm filming this on Tuesday if I haven't already said. So this is my first challenge and this is for my emergency fund here. So let me just move that back. And I do apologise if it is a little bit shaky. It's just my desk I've got this year is nowhere near as good. Unfortunately, it's not like drilled in like the ground like last year, like into the wall. So basically this one's shaky as anything. So hopefully all the ducks are still in there because I haven't done this challenge in a while like this. And what we're going to save this week. Okay, we've got a white one, which is a 5. Lovely. So we're back to doing this challenge again. So let me tick off this white duck here. And that is £5. This challenge is from Kimberly Budgets, who unfortunately doesn't have an Etsy store anymore from what I'm aware of. I know when I bought this, she was doing like a massive sale. And I did have my eye on this challenge for a while. So I bought it when I had the chance. You know what, I'm going to pop the 5 into there and then I'll pop the tenner into here, I think. Yes, like that. But basically, I don't know whether she has this challenge anymore. But yeah, so we have now got £100 and £200 in the bank. And then we've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 70 and 90. My goal is by the end of the year is first of all to make sure that Duck Books is fully finished. So let me have a look. How many weeks have we got left? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that should be finished, by the end of October? And then ideally between then and December, maybe another £100 to go in there. I would like to have 500 in there by the end of the year, but if not, it's not the end of the world. But this is going to be my main cash stuff and binder. Now, there's nothing in particular I want to save for that. And that's what I want it to be, basically, because what I found is at the beginning of this year, I began cash stuffing and I was thinking, I should really be thinking of things I want to spend the money on. So I'd save it and then spend it, but then I'm not really building up my actual savings, which is really what I want to focus on. So that's what my plan is. So let me just move these out the way so I can pull this back. And this is my binder here. So we've gotten a challenge from the Abundant Budgets. I have had my eye on this scratch off since I first ever began cash stuffing all the way back in December of 2023. So to finally have one, I'm delighted. This is from the lovely Ira. And if you also notice, my cash envelopes are from Ira as well. These are his inserts. So I basically just bought the inserts and put them in my own cash envelopes. I have got 5 of these ones from him left, which haven't broke. And I've got 1 from another budget, which is a bit bigger, but it's not the end of the world. So we've got that. I have got this challenge also from the Abundant Budgets, which is just an autumn challenge. And I love this. It's literally telling everything I love about this season. Autumn for me, I don't know, would I say it's my favourite season? It's definitely up there. I love autumn a bit. I'm so happy. I was thinking to myself today, I've totally forgot that the Bake Off's back. And I love watching the Bake Off. So I'm obviously filming this on Tuesday. It's on tonight, so I'm so excited to watch that. This, I think, might be my favourite cash envelope as well, because look how beautiful that is. It's so comfy and cozy and I love it. Then we've got Cake or Quiche, which is from Flickatina. And I love this one as well. It's very pumpkin spice latte, which I'm not a fan of. I've never been a fan of the pumpkin spice lattes, but I can get around a hot chocolate, which is funny because I didn't used to like hot chocolate. which I find people might find a bit weird. I've also got another challenge from Flickatina, which is I Save Therefore I Am. The reason I like this is because it's a very philosophy inspired challenge, which is what I study. I do philosophy and politics. I've got a scratch off from Ira. This is the Sagittarius scratch off. And there's a reason I have that one there, but I'm not going to say why. And also, it was only £3 off Ira, so I absolutely smashed it up, and I love this background on it, and I love this this envelope as well. I love this full collection. And then at the back, and that's also the one, if you can tell, I've got the slightly bigger envelope in, because I just didn't want to have to pay for one individual envelope. I then have the 2026 and 2027 challenge, which I really want to get done as well, especially the 2027. And when I get onto that later on, I'll explain why. So let me start off in here, and this is going to be our beautiful Abundant Budgets scratch off. And you know what, I've just remembered, I have forgot something, so let me go and get that. So I am back, and it's this, my little Hoover. I've had this in the box for so long because obviously I haven't used it. I don't know, did I take the batteries out? I didn't. Okay, so therefore the batteries are still in, so we're going to be able to use that, and we're going to use this scratch off first of all. So let me have a look. Do I still have my scratch off tool? I do. Oh, it feels like a century ago since I've done a proper cash stuff like this, and I do miss them heavily. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the dice, but nowhere near as much as this. I like the variety, which is I think why. You know what? I think I'm going to do this one here. Let me have a look. So in this, okay, we've got 10. That's all right. I don't mind that at all. So we've got 10 in this lovely scratch off. I believe this is the sun. No, is it the sun? No, it's the Wheel of Fortune. I remember. It's the Wheel of Fortune from Abundant Budgets scratch off challenge, this one. So obviously I should really put some little warnings on it. The one thing that are good about these, you can literally peel the scratch offs off really easily as well. So I'm going to take that off because I think this is one of those challenges that I think once I've done it once, I won't want to do it again because of how beautiful it is. And also because these aren't laminated, because obviously they're better for the environment if they're not laminated, which is such a good reason, and I'm 100% for that. But I think it might get a little bit wrecked coming in and out of this challenge, so that's going to be a reason also. So we're going to pop the £10 in there. But yeah, I'm so happy that it's autumn now, and that's perfectly getting onto this of autumn bacon. So let me get my stickers out. But yeah, I'm so happy autumn's arrived. I love autumn bits. I do. I think it's got to be one of my favourite seasons. Maybe even my favourite season, because I just think it's such a cute... I think it's because I like the cosy vibe, and I love it. I love September, and I love most of October, but as soon as the clocks change, I'm a bit like, a bit cold now. But how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's 9 on there. So do I want to do 5 or 10? I think I'm going to do 10. Yeah, let's do 10. But yeah, so with my cash stuffings, I think each week I'm just going to fluctuate the amount with them until I find a good sort of zone I'm happy with, because I don't really know how much I want to cash stuff yet. I haven't really decided. Okay, which sticker would I like to do? Shall I do... Is this the acorn up here? I think it is. No, that's the acorn down... Oh, no, yeah. I think that is an acorn. We're going to hope it is. Is this an acorn? Oh, it doesn't look like one. I would do the acorn down here then. Oh, no, I think it is, actually. I think it is. Yeah, it's meant to be an acorn. Sorry, it is meant to be an acorn, that one. Yeah, I think. Yeah, probably. But it's fine. We've put £10 in. Oh, no, I haven't put £10 in. So I'll pop that in there. But yeah, what was I saying about how much I love autumn? I love autumn except when the clocks change, because when the clocks change it gets a bit cold, and I don't mind that. I don't mind it being dark, but it's the fact that I think in my head I know that as soon as Christmas is gone, seasonal depression kicks in, because I'm like, I've got nothing to look forward to, even though I do, but in my head I'll say I don't. Okay, I'm going to come back to this challenge shortly because I want to just kind of do the scratch off so I can get through the notes, and then whatever I have left, I can... Ooh, I'm shaking the table. See what I mean? It's not that great, this desk, for these, but it's not exactly as if when I moved in there was a request to put a desk that doesn't shake so I can film YouTube, you know what I mean? There's not exactly a thing for that, and I'm not going to pay tons of money to get a new desk because it wouldn't be worth it. Unless I was monetized and whatnot, then it ain't happening. So this is cake or quiche from Flickatina. It saves £75, and this is one of my favorite. I think this is my other favorite scratch off. Actually, I love all my scratch offs. You know me in a scratch off. I'm a scratch off girly. I love them. So let's do this one here. I do apologise if the table does shake, but there's nothing I can do. Oh dear. Yes, so that is a quiche. I kind of tell what I think that looks to be, if you ask me, I think it might be a bacon. Or is it bacon and leek, is it? I can't remember, but I do love quiche, which is why I'm probably a big fan of the challenge. So that means it needs £10 into there. So that's a good start of the challenge. I'm really worried in case I break one of these zippers, because if one of them breaks, it'll be very, very sad. So I've got 2 fivers in there, going into there. I'm hoping that when I do more cash stuff, I'm going to, well, I don't mind having big notes from the bank, but when you begin doing cash stuff and you need the smaller amounts, definitely. Ooh, just not my glasses. So let me do this one next, and then I'm going to come back to the other challenges as well. So let me do the Sagittarius. So what would I like to do? I think a star will do as a 5, and then the Sagittarius symbol. Shall we do a 10? I think I'll do a 10. And then it gives us a good amount of money to kind of spread across challenges. So let me have a look. Which one shall we do? This one. Oh, okay, another 10. I feel like all I've had in my first cash stuffings is 10s. I might be wrong, but if I had got a 10 in the Duff Bugs challenge, we would have had a 10 in every challenge so far, which would be very creepy. I don't know if that would be creepy. I think that would be a bit creepy, to be fair. So let me pop £10 into here. Like so. Can you tell what I mean by how this one's a little bit bigger though? Also, let us know on the setup. Does it look okay? Should I move this slightly out of the way maybe? Maybe I should actually. There's a bit more room there. So how much have I got left? I've got 25 left. I feel like in my head I haven't got much left because that's a big note, but I haven't really got anything smaller to condense it into. We'll have a little look. So I'm going to come back to them in a minute because I need some smaller change. So I might have to go to my little wonder. Let me have a look. If I've got any 10s in here, I do. Lovely. There we are. Let me just grab 2 10s. Ooh, like so. And then swap that for the 20. And then when I'm actually at it, I might pop a little bit of money into my little wonders anyways. So that can go into there. So if I've got 25, how much would I like to put into my little wonders? Ooh, that's a good question. Shall I pop a 5 in? We'll do a 5. I think, yeah, we'll pop the 5er in. So, you know what, you know what I'll do actually? I'm going to get a cash envelope out for that specifically. That was easy enough. I had one right next to us. So I'm going to just use this one here. It looks so massive, doesn't it? I don't know why in my head that's like a bigger size than normal, right? So I'm going to use this here just for the little wonder. So I'm going to pop this right at the back behind these because it just fits there. It's like so, and that saves 600, the little wonder. We're over halfway through now, I know that. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to break this money up because I need some small denominations to continue the rest of my challenges. Okay, real. So I've used my penny challenge here. I've swapped some pound coins and £2 from in there with a £10. So I've got £20 left, as I said before. So we'll go back into here now. And what I'll quickly also do, just again, I know this is another little consolidation. Which one did I put the 5s into? Was it into this one? I think it was. Was it? Yes. I'm going to take the 2 5 of that and pop the 10er in. I know it's all very faffy, but it's just because I've got such big denominations at the moment and I don't need big denominations, but also the cash point would let us have. So let me do this one now. So the way I'm going to do this challenge is basically I'm going to roll a dice, and each of these is going to be worth £2. So and we're going to basically set a little game up with this. So let me get a nice colour. Is this quite an autumnal colour? I think it is. So what we're going to do with this is very, very simple. So if, for example, let me see if I've got a dice with this. I haven't even got a dice. Or have I got? I have got one. I have. So let's say, for example, I rolled a 6. So, sorry, a 1. So 1 times 2 would be 2. So obviously you just colour off 1 and you'd save £2 and so on and so on. If, however, I get 6, that's going to basically mean a week off, because £12 is quite a lot. And I think in a challenge like this, when it's only going to save, what, £50 or something. So I want to make sure I can do it for the majority of autumn. And then if I enjoy it, I might get the winter one potentially. So we'll just see how I go on with that. So let's give it a little roll. 1 it is. Okay. I got all that change out for nothing. So we're going to colour off 1, which is a very cute little pumpkin. Shall I do another roll? If it's low, so let me just say if it's a low one, I'll do another one. 5. Oh, not doing 5. Another one. We can do another one. Oh, it's a little mushroom. Oh, I'm not going to lie, but this is so adorable. I love how cute it all is. It's so cute. Okay, we'll do that. I think that's fair. So we're going to save £4 into here. If I got the 5 on my first roll, I would have definitely done the 5. But when it's the second roll, I said it only if it was low, I would do it. So obviously the next time, if for example I get, say, 2, I can probably swap it with a 5, which is good. So how much have I got? I've got 6. I've got 16. Wow, I've got so much left. I don't know what it is, but I feel like when I had £50 or £45, whatever I used to do, it didn't feel like a lot, even though I had less challenges. So I don't know. Okay, I saved therefore I am is beautiful. I love this one. Let me have a look. How many is there on here? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Okay, so I think I know what I want to use this for. I think. I might be wrong. Do I know? Do I know? Maybe not. We'll just, right, how much do I want to do for each of these? Shall I do the same concept again? Is that a bit boring? Should I do 1 for this, maybe 2 for the other? I don't know. Yeah, I might do that. I don't know. How much should I say for each day card? 1, 2, 3. So if I did what? If there's 2, 3, 4, 6, there's 20, 40. Since it's not a priority challenge, I might just do 1 for each of these, and then we'll do the same concept again. I think that's a good idea. And I feel like day card would be a very dark blue person. I do. So each day card is going to be 1, and then we'll save £20. So let's have a look. 6 it is. Okay. Oh, that was meant to be, wasn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Thank you very much, Mr. Descartes. Because what I'm thinking I could use this for. Now, I know I was saying before how I don't want to really assign, but there's 1 or 2 which are going to get assigned something. I'm thinking potentially this might get used for when I need to sign up to societies. So when you need to sign up to a society, you know what, I'm going to quickly just do it because I don't want it to ruin the envelope. I just want to make sure that's all, just making sure it's all good. Is that all okay? Because I know sometimes when I've had like, I just like to make sure, because I know sometimes with like the permanent markers it can get a bit permanent. But basically I think for that I might use it for when I need to sign up for societies, because you usually have to pay a little fee to join them, like £5. So I think if I save up 20, that'll cover what I need brilliantly. So I'll be happy with that. And that'll be, you know, middle of October. Okay, brilliant. So we've got £10 left, which is absolutely perfect because we can do the 2026 and 2027 challenge. So we're going to put £5 into each of these. So we're going to use these challenges. So let's do £5 into 2026. And these have no, this has no purpose, this one. It's just going to be saved for if there's anything I need in 2026, whether that be, you know, if there's like some trip I want to do, or if there's something I need to buy in the new year. if it's to help with something, subsidize something, whatever it is, that'll be used for that. And then 2027. So this challenge for me is, in a way, it's quite sentimental. And the reason it is because 2027 is the year I will graduate from uni. So this challenge, you basically are going to see me do for the next year and a half until, well, 2 years almost. Because I basically want to save as much as possible for when that does happen. Because we're seeing what happened in June, July, when you don't have much of a plan because you don't know what's going to happen. And that'll probably happen again when graduation does actually occur. So I want to make sure that I have money put aside for when that does happen, because that's really important to me. So the most I can save into 2027, the better. Obviously I'm going to do this challenge like this for now, and then I might do a different challenge for 2027 after. I'll keep the same envelope because I love these envelopes. Both these envelopes by Ira, I must say, are absolutely stunning. Like, absolutely nailed it. I love this style that he's began doing, especially with the yearly ones. I'd love maybe if you did like a year collection, like a January, February, March, April collection like this. That'd be beautiful, wouldn't it? I have a feeling you might be doing that. You know, I do. But I love that for that. And so yeah, as I was saying, I really want to save as much money as I can for when that does occur. So then we're all ready, we're all prepared. Obviously, if we don't need it, because, you know, we've prepared already and or whatnot, or we're going straight into something brilliant. But there's so many what ifs and buts that I'd rather have it there. And it's kind of like a second emergency fund, but like not for necessarily an emergency because like nothing significant happened. But anyways, that's the end of today's video. I've also noticed my phone's been on a bit of a slant, so I apologise if it's like that. But I don't know why my tripod, it's so bad with this desk. I don't know if it just doesn't connect well or what, but it's what it is. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my first cash stuff. It's obviously going to be a long one because I need to kind of show off my binders for what I've got, show the new layout. I need to consolidate a lot of money, so I'm going to edit bits of it down and whatnot because you don't need to see all of that. Thanks all so much for watching. As I've said, take care, know that you matter. If you're new, feel free to subscribe because we're almost at 300 and I'll hopefully see you in the next video. So take care. Bye bye. Thanks so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, feel free to check out the videos below and remember to subscribe. Thank you.